Hey, what's going on guys, Chris here, and in this video I'm going to give you 10 cool facts and things to do and see that you might not know about in Batman Arkham Knight. The previous Batman Arkham games have all featured gangs of thugs and baddies that like to try their luck in beating up the Bat, but due to the technological advances of next gen, it turns out that there's plenty more this time around in Batman Arkham Knight, as the game actually allows for 5 times the amount of on-screen enemies that could be on screen at once in Arkham City. This means that up to 50 characters can be seen on screen, rioting, vandalising, doing random things on the streets of Gotham, and of course doing their best to take out Batman, all at the same time. Something that couldn't be done on any other Batman game before it. Now I'm sure you can agree with me here that the game looks pretty good. The environments, characters, and well, the overall graphics in general are well polished. The game looks so good in fact that the cutscenes are rendered in real time in-game engine, where the last games just simply had to use pre-rendered videos for its cutscenes to compensate and to look better and more detailed. So that smouldering heap of car you just smashed into with the Batmobile is still going to be in the background if there's a cutscene, whereas before it wouldn't be, because the cutscene would have been rendered as a separate video to be played at a key moment. There's a good reason why Rocksteady never decided to develop Batman Arkham Origins, and that's because they wanted the next game, which is in this case Arkham Knight, to meet the next generation qualifications. So they opted out of Origins and handed it over to Warner Bros. Games Montreal. This allowed them to focus more time on a next-gen Batman game they really wanted to make, without having to worry about making a game close to the end of the last-gen console cycle. The main voice actors from Rocksteady's previous 2 games for both Batman and the Joker, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, also opted out of Origins, but came back to work on Arkham Knight mainly for artistic reasons and to keep the Rocksteady Batman games more familiar to each other. Now, back in 2009, Batman Arkham Asylum was released and we all thought it looked spectacular. And I'll admit, for a last gen title, it still doesn't look that bad. But according to one of Arkham Knight's character designers, Albert Filou, a character model in Arkham Knight could have the same polygon count as the whole of Arkham Asylum's environment. The polygon count for characters is about 3 to 4 times higher than Arkham City's, and apparently there's a character that even has the same amount of polygons used to render the whole of Arkham City's environment. And that's just one character. This allows the game to look much more detailed and realistic. Now that is one hell of a lot of polygons. The Batmobile has made appearances in the last Batman Arkham games, and this time around it's fully drivable. But not only can you drive it around, turning it into a tank like an angry transformer whenever you want, it's also been totally redesigned to look, well, like Batman himself. The same textures and shapes for the Batmobile have been used on Batman's armoured suit. So both of the designs match together and appear visually and functionally similar. You might notice that spread all around Gotham, billboards and advertisements are displayed showing random things for people to see. After the event where Batman becomes exposed to fear toxin and starts to hallucinate about the Joker, these adverts, which once might seem like ordinary posters trying to advertise, can become Jokerized every now and then, changing into a different Joker version. Once you look away though, and then check back to it, the adverts revert back to their original form. This is a clever little mind trick that's been thrown into the game, and next time you run past a billboard under the influence of fear toxin, watch out, you might see something you didn't expect. Gotham City is filled with thugs, henchmen and nasty blokes out to do nasty things, and it's Batman's job to beat them to a bloody pulp if they decide to get in his way. Batman can drive around in his Batmobile serving justice, but he's not the only one with a driving licence this time around. Many of the bad guys in the game can also drive around the city, and they can even run you over if you're looking the wrong way. A new cool way to take care of them though is by swooping down on top of them whilst they're driving and literally beat them up from the roof of their car. It's really satisfying and pretty easy to do, and that'll teach them to run you over. Now if you're a fan of the other Batman Arkham games, specifically Rocksteady's work, then you might be surprised to find that both Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are in this game too. Not literally, you can't walk around these environments, but you can still see them from a distance. Head over to Wayne Tower and grapple to the top, and if you look over the side in the distance you'll see both the Asylum on the left and Arkham City just to the right. This could be seen as a shout out to their own previous work, and a reminder of places Batman's previously visited in Rocksteady's trilogy. Arkham Knight was designed to be a next-gen console blockbuster, and it succeeded with this with its high sales and strong reviews. But when it came down to the PC side of things, the computer version of the game came out with a lot of serious performance issues and things that, well, really needed ironing out. Turns out that Rocksteady didn't even develop the PC version of the game, and it was outsourced to another, external developer called Iron Galaxy Studios to deal with the port. Not only was the PC version a ported version, but the team that dealt with Arkham Knight's PC port only consisted of 12 people. This is the reason why console versions of the game are completely free from the game-breaking bugs and performance issues that are on PC, as they were handled by a totally different team. God only knows how the PC version of Arkham Knight managed to pass the testing phase. Its launch was nothing short of a disaster. Now if you head on down to the GCPD building and walk into the evidence locker room, you'll find quite a lot of cool references from the last few Batman games, as you'll find confiscated weapons, gadgets and other stuff from previous adventures, locked up behind glass cases. Each of these show items used by different criminals that Batman's encountered or defeated in the past, along with short narratives for each one. The evidence locker plays out like a nice little trophy room to highlight all of Batman's accomplishments over the course of the past few games. So that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to hit that like button if you did, and subscribe to my channel to see loads more gaming goodness. And I'll see you in the next one.